Remember Trump saying this?
There are only two genders, male and female.
Well, the US president is finally getting what he wanted, at least when it comes to US passports. Why now? Just recently, the US Supreme Court handed down a major ruling on transgender rights. It allows the US government to enforce a policy that essentially says someone can only have an M or F marker in their passport, and it has to correspond with their sex assigned at birth. The non-binary X marker, no longer an option. So what's the issue? This blocks transgender, non-binary, and intersex citizens from choosing passport sex markers that align with their gender identity, a practice that's been possible in the US for over 3 decades.
For somebody who's transgender, if they're presenting, for example, as very masculine and the picture on their passport is masculine, but it has an F marker, that outs them as transgender, and that can put them at risk for discrimination, for violence and other harms. And you never know who you're presenting your passport to and how they're going to respond. And that's, true at the border, that's true at a hotel, that's true at a bank.
A 2022 survey found that roughly 1 in 4 respondents had a negative experience after showing an ID that did not match their presentation. Most Americans support anti-discrimination protections for transgender people, but a growing share also believes that a person's gender is determined by their sex assigned at birth. But back to the ruling. Trump's first-day executive order told the US State Department to change passport and visa rules. But court challenges had put their enforcement on hold.
We brought a lawsuit challenging that for a number of reasons, and the plaintiffs that we have in this case talked about the harms they've experienced in the past when they had identity documents that didn't match their gender identity. They were subjected to additional search procedures, delays, fear of violence and harassment.
Yet the Supreme Court's recent ruling, which now makes Trump's policy active, argued that displaying one's sex at birth no more offends equal protection than displaying their country of birth. The court's 3 liberal justices dissented, with Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson calling the decision a pointless but painful perversion. Human rights activists criticized that this ruling reverses decades of progress for the LGBTQ+ community. But is Trump's passport rule here to stay? While the policy is currently active, it's far from permanent. Legal and political battles are ongoing.
We are going to keep fighting for trans people, for non-binary people, intersex people, and their right to have accurate documents that represent who they are. And so we are going to keep litigating this case on behalf of our plaintiffs and everybody who's impacted in the United States.